I am Andrew Smith, and in this video I want to share my practical guide to social media prospecting and lead conversion so that you as a real estate agent can get leads from social media and also convert them in your CRM so that you can get more transactions. Who will benefit from this little training? New agents, especially if you're only working with a sphere of influence currently. Agents with no clients. I mean, you don't have to be a new agent to not have clients. I know agents who have been real estate agents almost 2 years and have never had a transaction. This, I think, could change that. If you're willing to take action, this training is definitely for you. It's certainly not for agents looking for shiny objects and for someone else to completely do everything for them. I know that there are some things you can automate, but if you're looking to have a completely hands-off real estate business, this training probably isn't for you. And this is also for agents who are willing to follow up with their leads, because most agents simply don't, which is why most agents fail, because the fortune is in the follow-up. And if you're not willing to follow up, again, this training is not for you. This isn't for lazy agents, let's put it that way. And if you're not willing to make videos as part of your follow-up engagement with your leads, then you're not going to benefit from this training, and you're probably not going to have a successful business outside of your sphere of influence, unless you plan on door knocking, cold calling, and using all of the traditional, more outdated methods of getting leads. But if you're willing to put in a little work, you can have a business that will be sustainable so that you won't have to worry about where your leads are coming from, where your next transaction is coming from. You'll have a full pipeline of leads, which will be your hot market for you to engage with ongoing follow-up so that you can convert those clients when they're ready. So let's get into it. When it comes to social media, of course, this little icon will represent you, and you've got various social media outlets out there: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and several others. And of course, you've got the population that you want to reach that's out on Facebook, and you're going to put a mechanism in place for you to be able to reach them. And that mechanism typically would be your business page. You're going to post content of value on that page, not just pictures of cats. You're going to pay Facebook to publish your content so that people will know who you are, so they get an opportunity to like you, so they get a chance to trust you, so they will be willing to do business with you. But if you're not paying for your content to be distributed, unless you have thousands of people on your Facebook page, not many people will see it. So you have to pay to play, and you have to pay Facebook in this case to publish your ads. But because they own Instagram also, your ads can be published on your Instagram page and through Facebook's various partner networks and audience networks and things. Your ads can get distribution far beyond Facebook and Instagram, but you have to pay for that privilege. And once you start getting engagement on your paid posts, you want to engage with the people that are commenting, liking, putting up the little hearts. You can not only respond to those individuals right there in the post, but you can also invite them to your page. You can work them right there in Facebook prior to them filling out a form, entering their name and email address and phone number. You can actually get that information right from the leads in the comments section of your post. But you have to engage with people who comment, like, and so forth, so that you can have the opportunity to advance the relationship with them. It's one thing to get likes and hearts and comments, but if you're not using it to help grow your business, really it's a waste of money and it doesn't benefit you. You have to take that activity and use it for your benefit to grow your business. Again, while you're engaging with these prospects on social media, you'll want to attempt to collect lead information. And of course, part of your paid advertising will, at least it should, include lead generation ads so that the ads are intentionally requesting information from those prospects. Okay, but all of this is done in social media, and the objective of your social media activity should be to get lead information, period, point blank. It's not about just having a bunch of content on your page that people are going to think is pretty or what have you. You want content that's going to drive revenue growth. So after you've collected that coveted lead information, which is now a business asset of yours, you have to really see it that way. That's an asset that you've paid to acquire. Okay, so now you have to seek a return on that investment. So the first thing you're going to do is contact that lead, whether you call them or you text them, you email them, however you're going to get a hold of them. You want to establish a relationship with them as quickly as possible. You'll do your whole LP Mama spiel, location, price, mortgage, agent, motivation, and setting an appointment. Of course, that's the objective of the LP Mama process, is to schedule an appointment. Whether you have that appointment on the phone or in person, your objective is to secure that lead as a client, and you have to do whatever you can to make that happen. And of course, you do want to establish rapport with them. I like the Ford method, where you talk about their family, their occupation, their recreation, recreation interests, and their desires and dreams in life, and weave that into your LP Mama to develop a rapport with that lead, so they don't just see you as someone trying to get something from them, but you could come across and hopefully genuinely be someone who is interested in that person and interested in developing a relationship with that person that will be mutually beneficial. Of course, once you've reached out to that lead, you've attempted to secure an appointment with them, but you do have to take into account that the majority of leads won't be ready when they become a lead. A lot of just browsing, just kicking tires, but they will be ready to move at some point in the future. Not only that, they'll also know people who will be moving at some point in the future, so you want to establish and maintain connection with them, and you do that through your CRM, or your customer relationship management software. That's the software that stores all your contacts and gives you the ability to do blast emails or blast texts or what have you to those leads, so that you remain in contact with them until they're ready to make a move. And this is perhaps the most important part of this entire process. Because of course, you want to put them in an email or drip campaign initially. That's sort of a standard, but going beyond that is really what you'll have to do to stand out as a real estate agent. If you have a new listing, send that to all of your contacts, buyers and sellers. Okay, you can produce video content. And that's why I said in my opener, if you're not willing to produce video content, you might as well just pack it up, because that's where all social media content is moving towards. It's a video-centric platform on social media where they're prioritizing video over anything else. And as you know, maybe you experience this yourself, people will gravitate to videos more so than they will just images. So it's going to be incumbent on you to weave video production into your marketing strategy, both on the front end, but more particularly and more specifically here on the back end, as you're continuing to market to your leads in an attempt to convert them to clients. Part of your video content could be listing tours, neighborhood tours, vendor interviews. And then of course you want to also put out branded information content, news articles and things like that. And I've underscored branded for a reason, and I'll get into why that is here in a moment. But the objective for all of this activity is really to, again, get a face-to-face meeting with that client, and whether it's at your office or at a listing they want to see or at their listing that they want you to put on the market for them, When you first meet them, there's likely some required documents you have to sign, whether it's understanding whom agents represent or some other documents that may be required in your local jurisdiction. But the intention of this first meeting really is to allow you to get an audience with them so you can conduct your presentation, whether it's your listing presentation or your buyers or renters consultation. The objective of that meeting is for them to sign whatever required documents are necessary to establish agency with your brokerage, with you representing them. Because it's spending time here, following up on a regular basis, that's going to give you the opportunity to make that money. Because as the old saying goes, the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, so let's look at this in another way. So you post branded content, and again, the reason I say branded is because let's say you post an article to homes.com, realtor.com, or any of these other popular home search websites. You post that article to your page, and whether you paid to distribute it or not, let's say people find your page, they land on that article, and it's of interest to them, and they click on it. Now they're being taken off of Facebook onto, let's say in this example, realtor.com's website. Well, agents pay companies like realtor.com for leads. And you post this article, somebody out there in the public sees it, they click on it, now they're on that website. If they find something of interest and request information, in this example, realtor.com is going to send that lead information to the agents who pay them for leads. They're not going to send it to you. So that's why I emphasize branded content, so that the content that you're putting up there, it is branded to you as though you've written it. So whether you write it or you pay someone else to write it or you subscribe to a service that's going to publish to your Facebook page, you're going to want branded content on there because it's going to position you as the knowledge broker when it comes to real estate. Because people are going to, first find out about you. They're going to go to Google, they might go to Zillow, but they're going to go to Facebook and they're going to search for you on Facebook. And when they get to your real estate page, you want them to see that you're an active agent producing content that's going to help them sell, buy, or lease a home. So after you've posted your content, again, you want to pay Facebook to promote it. Now, what I have here is more along the lines of brand awareness. But if you've got thousands of people on your Facebook business page, then you may not need to pay as much for brand awareness because you will have people out there, in this case thousands, who are aware of you already. Now, please do understand though, when you post something to your Facebook page, to your Facebook business page, Facebook will only show it to about 4% of the subscribers or followers that you have on your page. So you might have 5,000 followers on your business page and you put up a post. Well, all 5,000 aren't going to see that post. Facebook is only going to distribute it out to maybe not even 4%. It might be somewhere in the areas of 2 to 3%. And so they want you to pay to advertise, which is why I have this up here. But again, if you've got presence, if you've got a lot of people already, whereas if you're a new agent, you probably don't. But that's something to consider, and you can promote your audience using video views. And I have another video that explains how to use brand awareness prior to lead generation. So you can take a look at my page and get more on that. But let's say you have a good following already. Now it's time to pay for leads. So you want to have lead generation ads, whether you're advertising new listings or foreclosures, if you're advertising a home selling guide or a home buyer's guide, whatever it is you're selling, whatever it is you're putting out there for the public, it's going to be in an effort to collect lead information. So you want to offer value that's going to help people sell, buy, or lease a home. And you want to put that out there in exchange for contact information. so that you can use that contact information to continue to market to, so that when those individuals are ready to make a move, they call you. Okay, so again, you're going to want to engage with the prospects that respond to your content. And please keep in mind that Facebook does record how long it takes for you to respond, and they publish that right there in your page. So if you get a like, just click on that person's name, invite them to your page. If you get a comment, respond to it. Okay? And engage with them. You know, if they ask you a question, answer it. Give them what they want, because that's what they will remember when it comes time for them to make a move. They won't have to ask someone if they know who a real estate agent is, because they will have been getting your content. And of course, in your engaging with them, you're trying to get an appointment, you know, uncover any immediate opportunities, whether they're ready now or maybe in a couple months. Maybe you got to get someone pre-approved or something like that. Those are immediate opportunities, you know, anything from 1 to 3 months, I would say. But anything beyond that is where most of your leads are going to fall. And that's why you want to establish a follow-up system, follow-up program, so that you can get them when they're ready. So now you're getting leads from social media. You've made your initial contact attempt. If it wasn't successful, you're going to put them in your CRM, and you're going to continue to follow up with them, because that's where the return of your investment is going to be made, in the follow-up. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll probably say it 1,000 more. The fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about follow-up. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to put your leads in a drip campaign for, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. But you do want to go beyond that, and that's why I have put this social media marketing planner together. So on a daily basis, post branded articles to Facebook. There's ways that you can not only post branded content, but you can also have it automated so that it automatically posts to your Facebook business page daily. That way you don't have to get bogged down in that. It would be a good idea to actually read whatever content you post, so that if you do get engagement, you're at least knowledgeable on whatever it is they're talking about. But the mechanics of posting it and writing copy and all that, you can simplify that by automating the content posting to your website through some third-party service. Okay, on a weekly basis, you're going to want to do things like a listing tour. These are videos, of course. You can schedule a preview, an agent preview, and I would recommend, if you're going to do this, choose a vacant home that the listing agent may not have objections to you doing a video in. When you're doing these videos, don't list the address anywhere. Don't say the address, maybe say the neighborhood or the community, but you want to generate interest. You want people asking you for more information so that you can respond and engage with those people and start the foundations of that relationship. Okay, so a listing tour is something you can do. A neighborhood tour, if it's a new development, you can go to the model home, speak with the agent that's there, get whatever information you can. Maybe even do a video tour of the model and also do a tour of the neighborhood. We'll do that in reverse. Start with the neighborhood tour, okay, then set it up so that you can say, okay, in our next video, we're going to actually be looking at one of the homes in this neighborhood. So do it that way, more of like a series sort of thing. And if all else fails, you can just do a newsletter PDF. Obviously this isn't video content, but you could take your 5 branded content articles from the previous week, put those in an email, and then send that to all of your leads, just to remain front of mind with them. Again, but you do want to include this video content as well, because that's really what's going to help move the needle. Now, all that's on a weekly basis. Now, I'm not saying do all of this on a weekly basis. Do one thing. Just do one thing. Do one 3-minute listing video tour and send that out. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do a whole bunch of difficult things. I mean, this is really simple, really easy to do. You just take your cell phone and you walk through the house and you comment on the house as you're walking through it, as you are showing it to a client. All right, now on a monthly basis, vendor interviews can go a really long way because not only is it content, but you can actually edify and inform your leads with quality information, whether it be a lender that you're talking about different loan programs with. Maybe you meet with an inspector and talk about the top 5 things a buyer should look for on a home inspection. I mean, there's no limit to the things that you can do. And when you're approaching your vendor partners, let them know that they'll get free advertising from the video as well. And just try to keep your videos under 5 minutes. You know, anywhere around 3 to 4 minutes is good for those types of content videos. You could do a market update video or just send that out in a PDF. You can do a do-it-yourself video, you know, how to change XYZ or how to fix XYZ. If it's something that you can't physically do yourself, work with a contractor and record them doing it. I mean, there's, again, no limit to what you can do to produce content that's going to keep you front of mind with your leads, because that's really what you want. Now, online home buying seminars are a great way to get leads. Now, of course, you've already got leads. You can still do seminars for those leads. You can still, when you're creating a home buying seminar or webinar, obviously you're going to be inviting the public, but you can still invite the leads that you have, or you send them a recording of a webinar or seminar that you've done live. So again, you just have to get creative. You have to keep in mind that these are individuals that will be moving one day, whether it's 3 months from now, 3 years from now, somewhere in between. Either they're going to be moving or someone they know will be. Why not be the agent that they think of when that time comes? And of course, if all else fails, just do a roll-up of the newsletters that you did every week. You know, so you have the content posted to your page daily. On a weekly basis, you send out an email of the first, the previous week's content or the previous week's articles. And then on a monthly basis, you just roll all that up and send out all 4 weeks. Again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to spend hours trying to come up with content. There's just so many things that you can do. You just have to do it. All right, and when you do create this content and you have it edited, you throw in some music, some graphics or what have you, you want to post that to your Facebook business page and to your YouTube business account. And the reason you want to post it to your YouTube business account is so that that's the link you're going to be sending out, whether it's text message or email. You want to send that YouTube link to your content. And of course, you always ask to subscribe and share. And by the way, please subscribe and please share. Now, if you do this on a regular basis and are consistent at it, which most agents will not do and will not be, you will stand out. You will be the agent that your leads call when they're ready to make a move. So they're not calling the Johnny on the spot agent that just happened to be in the area or just happened to cold call them one day when they were ready. But if you're providing quality content on a regular basis that's informing your leads, there's no reason why they wouldn't choose you when that time comes. All you have to do is make the commitment, stick to it, and be consistent at it. Now, posting to your Facebook page might be a little bit daunting to do every day. I recommend a service called Keeping Current Matters, and they give you content that you can post to your business page every day that's branded to you. And there's just so much more that they provide. I don't get paid for suggesting them, but I just think it's a fantastic resource that you can use that provides branded content, and you can get it automated to your Facebook business page at no cost. So there's the link if you want to try that out. If not, no problem. Again, I don't get paid for it. I'm just trying to provide you with valuable, practical resources that you can use to grow your business. I'm Andrew Smith. I hope you found some value in this. If so, again, please do like, share, and comment. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. Thanks and take care.